let's start with Monique. Had a interesting interview with Club Shay Shay.
Okay. All right.
And,
Give a little bit of context before we jump into the clip.
Well, she had an interview with, Shannon Sharp, aired a lot of her grievances, but I saw this part of it and I saw this clip and I felt like this would be an interesting conversation for us to have.
Why is everybody like this? Why is he like focusing mainly on comedians, bro?
It's working.
Is it working?
I mean,
all right,
comedians are great orators, so they can hold the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They're naturally funny,
Agree.
and it works. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
and it's working for him because obviously there's a lot of drama. Everybody's saying people's name, and he's the I guess he's the referee in the middle of all this now.
Yeah, I get it, but it's eventually it's gonna get I think it's gonna get tired. You know what I mean? Like
ain't there yet, so let's see what happens.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's jump right into it then. I think we're right here.
As a black man's wife. And there's a place. And we get so caught up in that word. What you mean your place? What you mean? Without him saying it, his actions showed me that he was the leader of that household. Without him saying it, I knew I was dealing with a king.
And he doesn't have to constantly remind you of it. He's never.
When we first got together, I sat at the head of that table. Comfortably. There was never a conversation about it. Till one day I knew I was in the wrong place. Wow. And I moved to the side of the table and he sat at the head. We never had a conversation about it. It just happened because it was supposed to. So when people question my husband and why is he there, you would hope you would have one like that. I remember our beautiful sister Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine, and
I guess we can stop it right there.
Okay.
She was giving the jewel and she's about to kick Tiffany Haddish back in. But yeah. Y'all first thoughts on it? Like anything from it?
I think Club Shay Shay is gonna turn into a very messy situation.
Yes.
We're gonna start there.
Okay, yes.
It's gonna turn into, it's gonna be a catty thing.
Absolutely.
And I don't think that's a good look for him. But as far as Monique, as far as the topic of conversation, what she was saying in regards to having a, meeting the right person, I would say when you finally do meet the right person, you can't just allow, and females aren't going to have no problem with allowing a man to lead. It just has to be the right person. You have to have a plan. You have to have a goal. You have to have something set up. Who's going to want to put their hands in someone's, put their life in someone's hands that doesn't have a vision?
Right.
So in that aspect, I get her 100% because she maybe didn't see that in her previous relationships. So it's a good thing. I applaud her for finding that in that man.
What does it look like though? Does he pull out a whiteboard and has his vision board and he shows her the plan or something like that? Or
no, it's called communication.
Communication. All right.
Yeah, you have to have that openness to talk about things like that.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your goal? What do you see yourself in 5-10 years? This is like the questions I ask on the first date. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let's not waste each other's time. Like these are certain things that you just it's standard first if you're really looking to grow. Or if both of us are really looking to grow together and build a relationship, there's just certain things that off gate. Let's ask these questions. Let's get to it. I'm not going to waste my time, and I don't want you wasting my time.
But don't be what is it called? An opportunist?
Opportunist?
Yeah, you can't. You can't do that.
Okay. All right. What that look like?
One thing.
Look like?
I just before we go there, she married him already, right? So she's already in the relationship. She's already in the situation.
Maybe she saw it before that. I mean, we don't know why she married.
But she didn't want to relinquish the leadership. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like she went on a date and she saw that he had a plan and he was talking the right shit. They're already married, right? So I think that's one of the biggest gripes with men. It's like, all right, you had to fight for leadership from a woman, right? Even if you have kind of showed or you do have a plan, it's like women will use the excuse of like, well, I've been doing it by myself for so
Why
long,
do
so
you
I can't.
always think that we have to fight for leadership. I've noticed that.
No. Women create the fight because
We don't create the fight.
I
if a
disagree.
man is a leader, he's gonna naturally do him, right?
It's not a fight. It's
okay.
like
Go
I
ahead.
said in our so I remember when I went on a podcast and I was like how 50-50 is 50-50. When you come to a relationship, some people are like, oh, you get
Right.
80,
80-30,
Yeah,
80-20,
80-20, whatever.
60-40, whatever.
I look at it like it's 50-50. What I bring, that I am your equal. I should be as strong as you are. I should be a leader. Back then in Egypt and all those other places, we were leaders. You understand what I'm saying? Queens, you weren't a king until you had a queen. I'm just pointing that out real quick. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, keep going.
But you was like, I have something to say.
I'm about to be technical, but kings technically had harems and they had queens, plural. But
On some real stuff though. Like you have to just think about that for a second. Like you have to feel like the person that you're with is, I'm not gonna say is your equal, but you don't want everything as a man to lay on you. Let's be honest. And at the end of the day, I don't know if you guys do, but some men could be like, oh, in joking manner, you're my secretary, you're my assistant, bullshit like that. Because because that's what they feel like. We are taking care of all the things on the back end, but that's helping you. So what is that? That's 50-50. That's I'm doing my part, you're doing yours. Whether that be you be the representative with the brains and the head, but I'm the body. You
Absolutely.
understand?
Yeah.
So it's a team. I feel like it's always going to be a team.
Right.
It's nothing different.
I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying this, right?
Yes.
But I feel like other women, that's not good enough for them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's not good. Like, no, I don't want to be your secretary, right? I don't want to, like, all right. I think I want to do what you do, but then probably if I get a taste of it, I really don't want to do what you do. But I feel like I do, right? That's the feelings, right? I feel like I want to lead. I want to do what you do. I think I'm as strong as you. Like we're both strong as men and women, but we have two different roles, right?
Agree.
Yes.
Right.
And I think you have some women that feel like they can take on that role. Men don't want to be like women. They don't, but it seems like
some men do. Shit.
Okay.
All right. Men don't like the role that the woman plays, right? Being the neck and being everything else. I think most men that are in relationships, they understand the value that the woman brings to their life, right? And they don't want to do, but because they don't want to do that stuff, right? But it's like a lot of the times women, they feel like, all right, this is menial. Am I just taking care of kids, or I'm just taking care of a house? Like, I want to be out. I want to do this. I want to do that. But it's not like men are undermining them. Husbands appreciate their wives and what they do and what they bring to the table. But when it's not enough for a woman to be like, nah, I just don't want to be a mom. I just don't want to be a wife. I want to be, I'm not making that phrase up. You hear a lot of women. I'm more than a wife. I'm more. Of course. But what's wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
There's nothing.
None at all. I don't think anybody's arguing with that.
And even if that's what you choose to be, is just a wife, that's a big job. Just a mom, that's a big job.
A huge role.
Like you're doing, they said in Instagram, the role of a mother equals 5 jobs.
Absolutely.
That's 5 jobs. You know what I mean? Like that's
like a stay-at-home mom?
It's not even a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you're working.
We're cooking, cleaning. We have to do
you're working.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so like a working mom. Oh, yeah. No.
Or even if you were a mom that stayed home, you still have to cook. So now you're a chef. You have to clean. So now you're a maid. You have to do homework. So now you're a tutor / teacher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to be a lover, so now you're a lover.
You have to be a therapist.
Because now your husband's going to go home with the drama. So that's 5 jobs.
Right.
Just being a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
Don't think it's it's exhausting for us as it is for you guys. FYI.
It is.
Okay.
No,
You
I
wear a
think
lot of
most
hats.
men
And
would
it's,
agree.
it's
You wear a
mental
lot
of
more than it
hats.
is
We
physical.
just got with.
More than it
You
is
don't-
Everybody's
physical.
you
friends,
don't-
so Rick is gonna.
You don't
Agree.
tell me.
No,
tell-
right,
hey, hold
speak
on.
your mind,
Rick is gonna
Rick.
agree.
Please,
Yeah.
speak your mind.